You ever feel it in the air, like something big's about to hit Miami? That buzz that says change is coming? Between front office shakeups, surprise wins, and moves that got the whole fan base split. The Dolphins are sitting right in the eye of a storm that could redefine this franchise. People are out, new faces are stepping up, and the vibe is all or nothing. Are we finally watching the start of the turnaround? You're not going to believe what's going down today. So grab your seat, drop a like, and let's get straight into it. You know that feeling when things shift behind the scenes, and you can tell a revolution's coming? That's exactly what's happening in Miami right now. The Dolphins front office is going through one of those shakeups nobody saw coming, but if they play it right, this could be the start of a brand new chapter for a team that's made us dream and suffer in equal measure. Chris Grier's departure after more than 2 decades? Huge shock. But hold up, it didn't stop there. Stephen Ross followed it up with another bold move. Co-directors of player personnel, Anthony Hunt and Adam Engroff, are gone too. That's not minor cleanup. That's deep. That's symbolic. It's the kind of house cleaning that screams Miami's finally ready to flip the page. The guys who built this roster for years, the ones behind all those scouting decisions, they're out. And now everyone's asking the same thing. Will this new leadership finally get the Dolphins' DNA? Because fans are tired of seeing talent wasted, questionable drafts, and safe moves with zero ambition. Enter Champ Kelly, stepping in as interim GM. All eyes are on him. He came in back in March with an analytical mindset and a culture-first mentality. And here's the twist. This transition's happening right in the middle of a chaotic season. So it's not just about spreadsheets and cap management anymore. It's about rebuilding the team's spirit while still fighting on the field. What's wild is how the fan base is split on it. Some are pumped, saying it's about time someone shook things up. Others worry that cutting ties with so much experience could mean losing years of structure. Are we starting from scratch again? You hear that a lot, mixed with both hope and frustration. And who can blame them? 25 years without a playoff win. 25, that weighs heavy. When Ross talks about immediate improvement in 2025 and beyond, fans don't want talk, they want proof. Kelly, though, came out swinging on social media, spoke about honor, faith, leadership, and serving the team. Yeah, it sounded like a PR post, but somehow it hit different. It felt real. He owned the moment and made it clear he's not backing down. "We fight," he said. Just 2 words, but they stuck. That quote's been bouncing around every Dolphins chat and tailgate since. And honestly, if Miami can close out this season with heart and discipline, we might be watching the birth of the team's next permanent GM. But that's not even the biggest twist. What happened on the field showed there's still some serious fire left in this roster. The win over Buffalo? That was the first real sign something's shifting in South Florida, when what comes next could shake the whole league. You know that kind of win that hits when nobody's expecting it? That's what Sunday felt like. The Miami Dolphins silenced everyone who'd already given up on the season and straight up smoked the Buffalo Bills. 30-13, a beatdown that felt straight out of a movie script. But as always in Miami, even the best moments come with a question. Is this the start of something real, or just a flash in a lost season? The scoreboard looked great, but the standings still sting 3-7 with a mountain to climb. Here's the thing though. The context matters. The front office just flipped upside down, the whole building's in flux. Still, the team refused to sell at the trade deadline. While the Jets started unloading stars like Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams, Miami held tight. No fire sale, no panic. A bold call, and one that's got the entire league debating. Analyst Chris Carter didn't mince words. They should have sold it all. Chubb, Waddle, whoever. Time to start over. And plenty of folks agreed, saying Miami missed a golden chance to stack draft picks and rebuild faster. But there's another way to see it, Faith. Maybe reckless, maybe inspiring, but faith nonetheless. Stephen Ross still believes in Mike McDaniel, still sees him as the offensive. Mind, who can turn this roster into a scoring machine? Critics, on the other hand, think he's lost the locker room since that brutal drop-off. After the 11-4 run in 2023, But what went down against Buffalo went beyond stats. The defense came after Josh Allen like their season depended on it. The offense found rhythm again, and for a few hours, the Dolphins looked like a team with pride. All those front office moves, the trade rumors, the noise, it all faded. And seeing Champ Kelly celebrating on the sideline, you could feel that energy. His first win as interim GM, and it came against the toughest rival in the division. That's how you make an entrance. It's too early to call it a turning point, but the feeling in Miami is real. If this team's got any life left in it, that game proved it. What happens next is anyone's guess. This season's still a wild ride. But one thing's for sure, the old Dolphins spirit isn't dead. And that, my friend, might change everything. Even when chaos rules behind the scenes, there's always one name that brings hope in Miami. This year, that name is Devon Achane. The kid's become the heartbeat of this team, pure speed, energy, and belief right when the franchise needed it most. During the trade deadline, phones were blowing up in the Dolphins office. Teams across the league were asking about half the roster, but the one name everyone wanted was Achane. And Miami made it clear, he's not for sale. The asking price? A second rounder and more. That tells you how much he means to the future. It's a new mindset for the Dolphins. In the past, they might have caved, but not now. There's a clear focus on keeping difference makers, even through the storm. Achane isn't just a stat sheet filler. He's the spark plug that keeps the offense alive. The gear that turns when everything else stalls. Since joining in 2023, he's piled up over 3,500 total yards and 32 touchdowns. Those numbers alone explain why Ross held firm instead of chasing extra draft picks. And it's not just what he does on the field. Achane's presence changes everything. He draws defenders, opens space for Waddle and Tua, and gives this fan base something priceless: hope. Every time he takes off, it feels like he's running for something bigger, something that restores pride to Miami football. Against the Bills, he was electric. 174 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, plus another 51 receiving. What was supposed to be just another meaningless game suddenly felt like a statement. The locker room feels it too. Veterans follow his lead. McDaniel calls him the engine of our offense. Plenty of analysts say keeping him was the smartest move this front office has made in years. Losing Achane would have meant ripping the heart out of the system. He brings rhythm, balance, and even relief for Tua, who plays freer when the ground game's rolling. Fans picked up on that energy instantly. Social media blew up with love for the decision to keep him. "This is the guy who's going to change Miami's fate," one fan wrote. And honestly, it doesn't sound crazy. If the Dolphins find consistency, Achane's the one driving that train. He's writing his story one carry at a time, and without even realizing it, he might be reigniting a fire that once burned bright in this city. What's been happening in Miami these past few weeks isn't just about football. It's about belief. About standing tall when everyone else counts you out. Big changes upstairs, unexpected wins, and new heroes rising from nowhere. It's all shaping a new era. The Dolphins are still figuring out who they are, but the spark's back, and it's burning hotter with every game. So tell me, Miami fans, do you believe in this comeback? Drop a comment, hit subscribe, and let's ride together, because this fight in Miami is just getting started.